Hey, what's up and welcome. This is Matthew Msingati, the designer and developer. This is my YouTube channel, Coded Design, where I teach coding and user interface design. This is video number 3 of a Google UI clone using React and NextJS. This is what we are trying to create. In the previous video, we ended here, and my apologies for the abrupt ending. Obviously, I was forcing some disturbances, so I had to quickly end the video instead of you guys hearing a lot of things which you were not supposed to hear, people knocking and all that jazz. As I used to say, that there are things that are not within my control at the moment. Outside, people from outside might make noise, the dog might bark. What else can we do? When a passion calls, you better answer it. So that's what I'm doing. So my passion is to teach and help people learn programming, knowing very well that I do the same for me, meaning that I'm also learning. So let's learn together. So this is where we ended in the previous video. We are using NextJS, we are using Tailwind CSS, and we are using React. The interesting thing about this tutorial is that we will figure out things as we go. Okay, I'm new in NextJS, I'm new in ReactJS, and also I'm new in Tailwind CSS. If we got stuck somewhere, obviously Google is our trusted friend. Okay, so let's just jump straight into code. Okay, so let's just quickly recap as to what we have done. Okay, so we have created an SVG component. Okay, this SVG component is responsible for rendering icons for us. It's just like displaying SVGs. Okay, and then this is the component that we are reusing here in this Google. It's one component. Okay, one might ask, why do you put Google? Okay, this icon or this Google logo represents these elements, this one, and this one. So in the at the moment, we are just creating a layout. Okay, we will change things as we go. We are just working on the layout. So we are using Tailwind CSS, and we are styling this container, the outer container, this parent container, and the name of that container is main, I think. Okay, so this one is a component. Let's come to this page. This is main. So we are styling main. We have displayed it flex, and this flex column, we've got a gap of 10, we've got items centered. Okay, as you can see, justify is also center. Okay, in the previous video, we were asking ourselves if the align item center. As you can see, these items are in the center of the screen, like horizontally they are in the center. But why now these items, if we've used justify content center, these items are not in the center horizontally? Okay, in the previous video we inspected this and we said maybe the challenge might be the actual main container doesn't span from the top to the bottom by default as much as it does from left to right. So we can center. So it's like let me just quickly jump to Figma. It's like this Google logo. If the container outside this Google logo fits the edge of this container, meaning that it doesn't run through from here to here, okay, this logo can be centered. Okay, this logo can be centered, like it can be positioned here as a center of this whole container. Okay, but what if this container, the size or the height of it, it's like this? So as you can see that this logo is not going to be centered here, but it will be centered like here as it is. Okay, so that's the same thing that is happening here. Okay, as you can see, our main layout ends here, so we need to change the height of the main container to fit the whole screen. Okay, how are you going to do that in Tailwind CSS? Okay, Tailwind CSS, we can use a class called HScreen. Okay, remember I've got a problem with the key C in my keyboard. It doesn't work properly. My apologies for that. Okay, so we can use this to tell it to some sort of scratch from top to bottom so that things can be vertically aligned. Okay, this is horizontal, that means it's center vertically so that it can be centered vertically. Okay, let's refresh and see if are there any changes. No changes, obviously. Let's check what we might have done. H screen, we have missed the R here. Okay, now let's go back and see. As you can see, now this is centered horizontally and vertically. Okay, let's take a look at the height of the main element. Okay, let's see. Here is the main element. Where is it? Here is it. As you can see now, the height, it's more like a full screen. Okay, I'm happy that we are making a progress so far. Okay, so now I've got a feeling that this user interface is at least trying, or at least coming closer to this. We've got the Google logo here, and we've got a gap, and then here we are going to put the input box, and here we are going to put these icons. Okay, so let's just check if this gap it's more like what we are looking for. I think our gap is a little bit too much, so let's just adjust it a little bit. Flex gap of 10. Let's just make it 6. Let's just make it 6 for now. Okay, for me, I'm not sure about you, but for me, I want to do the interesting things first. Okay, so we are done with this logo. It's exactly where it's supposed to be. What I want to do now, I want to skip this input. What can I say? Text input. I want to skip this, and I want to jump to this part. Okay, because it's interesting. We will learn a lot of things. This one is just CSS, it's pure CSS. We're just gonna style this and position this mic here, so we're not gonna do much. It's not interesting. We can do it last. So my apologies for that background noise. Now the noise is not too much. So what I was saying is, I'm just gonna do this one. This looks interesting. This one is just styling. This is just CSS, but this one, we are going to create another component. The same way we have created a SVG component and SVG component, this one, okay, that renders or some sort of creates SVG, not necessarily create, but it displays the SVG for us. Now we need to create this component. Okay, so looking at this component, we are going to use the component that we've already created, the one that creates the SVG for us. But with that component also, it must have some sort of the name of the logos that we are displaying. So let's try to create this component and we will reuse it. What can we call this component? Let's just zoom out. This one, it was an SVG component, which is it displays the SVG. And these ones, these are the recently visited sites. Okay, more like shortcuts. Okay, so let's just name these components shortcuts, because as you can see here, it's telling us to create a shortcut. Okay, so this is a shortcut to a website that we have visited before. So let's create this component a shortcut. Let's make this component a shortcut. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to go to our components, then we are going to create a new component. Obviously I will need my keyboard here. Okay, my apologies for that. Okay, let's see, shortcut. Okay, shortcut. This is a shortcut component.jsx. Okay, happy with that. This is a shortcut component, which is okay. Now what we need to do, we need to some sort of import this component. Okay, just like the same way we did here. Okay, we need to import okay, also in this page we don't need this image now. Okay, this shortcut, we don't need it. Sorry, that import, we don't need to import an image. Okay, let's copy this. Okay, we need to import our SVG because we are going to use it here. Okay, paste. Okay, that means we have imported the SVG component. We are going to use it. Okay, now let's continue. Let's create a function shortcut. This is I'm relying on IntelliSense here. What might be the problem? Why it's not kicking in? Function, yes. Apologies for that. Function, let me just try to copy this function shortcut. Okay, copy this, paste it here, function shortcut. My computer is too slow. Control V, function shortcut. Okay, open and close the curly braces. My apologies for that. Okay, this is the shortcut. Okay, this is the function. Okay, this function needs to return something. Okay, and what is it that it must return? It needs to return an HTML shortcut. Okay, this is just a test, and then remember we need to export this we need to export this function. Okay, export default shortcut. Okay, and that is it. We have just created a shortcut component. Let's test if it works. Okay, meaning that we have to import it where? Here in our page. Okay, meaning that we can copy this and then paste it. Okay, and then here we will say shortcut. Okay, here we will type shortcut. We are importing it from shortcut. Okay, we are importing it from shortcut, and let's make this a small letter S. Okay, component shortcut. Okay, this is component shortcut. Okay, and then now we just need to display this component to see if we are going to get what we want. Obviously, let's just display it here. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, this will work. Let's see. Okay, module not found, can be resolved. Component SVG, I wonder why. Import SVG from component SVG. This it was working now, but now not. Let's just refresh. Okay, let's just refresh. Shortcut, this module components, it cannot be found. What we have done. Okay, let's see what we might have done. Okay, save. Components, yes, we've got the SVG, yes, and then we've got the SVG, yes, export default SVG, yes, we are importing the next image, yes. That means we don't have a problem here. Okay, let's go to our page. Okay, this is the page. Oh, okay, I think I have just overridden something. Okay, let me just do this. Leave this as it is. I think I didn't do a copy and paste. I've just changed everything, as you can see here. Okay, as you can see here. Okay, my mistake, my apologies for that. This is SVG, importing from SVG. Okay, and what about shortcut? I'm a little bit confused, if I can be honest. Let's then create another shortcut again. Where I'm in the main page. Okay, let me just undo. Let's see. Let me just undo. I'm a little bit confused now. Okay, in the main page, I need the SVG, and it's the one that I'm using here. Okay, in the shortcut component, what do I need? Also, I need an SVG. Okay, I haven't used it in the moment, and I don't mind because I'm still testing. Okay, so let's go back to the main page. We are importing the SVG component, svg.jsx. Yes, and we are using it. Yes, looks like there is no problem. Let's save and see what it will say. Okay, as you can see, everything displays fine. Okay, I'm happy with this. My apologies for this whole confusion. I don't know why I was confused. What I want to do, I want to copy this statement. Okay, maybe I was just lost in my own thoughts. It happens sometimes as a programmer or a developer. Okay, so now I want to import shortcut. Okay, this is shortcut. Let me make it capital letter S, and then from then I'm importing it from components, and it's shortcut. Okay, let's see if everything is still working. Okay, something is not working. Okay, module not found, can't resolve components.svg. Okay, meaning that this statement it's a problem. Okay, oh, okay, now I think I see. Let's leave this statement as it is. Let's jump to here. Okay, let's jump to here and see as we are importing this SVG. Okay, as we are importing this SVG. Oh, okay, now I see. Okay, remember when we are here on the page, okay, when we are here on the page, look at where we are in terms of the folder structure. Okay, when we are here in the page, we like, what can I say? Okay, we are inside the app folder. Okay, this is the page. Okay, so when you are here in the page, when you want to go to the components, and when you want to go to the component so that you can reach the SVG component, what you do, you put this dot, okay, so that you can be in the app folder, and then from there you go to components. Obviously you find this. As you can see, there is a dot here. Okay, but now I have copied an import from a page component. Okay, as you can see, but now remember, the shortcut is not in the same level. It's not in the same level as a page. The page, the parent folder for the page is what? It's app. The parent folder for the shortcut, it's not app, it's component. Okay, so meaning that obviously this is some challenges that comes with copy and paste. Okay, so in simple terms, these two files, they are not in the same folder, so they cannot import things the same way. They don't reference to this file the same way because it's like the path is different. Okay, so now we need to go to shortcut. Obviously the system cannot find this import because when we are here, we can just, let's see how can we reference it. For instance, for now, let me just say save and see. If that doesn't work, we will make some adjustments accordingly. Okay, this doesn't work. Okay, not a problem. Let's see. So when I'm doing this, that means I'm inside. Let's see where we are in terms of the directory. SVG is declared but not used. Okay, let's just use this SVG first. Okay, let's just use this SVG first so that I don't know what I've done. Click close. Okay, let's first use this SVG. Okay, we have used the SVG. Obviously this is complaining because we need to only export one element, so we need to wrap everything here with this fragment. or with this empty element. Okay, so now we have used this SVG. Okay, now let's check where we are in terms of this. Which directory is this? Okay, my apologies for that. Let's highlight here and see. Now it's not telling us where we are. Okay, it's not telling us where we are here, but here is it telling us where we are? Yes, this one is telling us. Let's check if is this one telling us. Yes, this one tells us where we are. GApp component SVG. Is this one telling us? Yes, even this one tells us where we are. Let me just copy this. Okay, come here to shortcut. Okay, see, does not tell us. Let's just paste this. Okay, this is the same thing. Okay, but this one doesn't really show us where we are. It doesn't show this as a directory. What might be the problem? Okay, first of all, let's just use our knowledge, general knowledge, to solve the problem. Okay, when we are here, we are in the app folder. Okay, and then in the app folder, we reach this component, and in the component we reach this SVG. Okay, so suppose this works fine. Suppose, okay, maybe I need to put 2 dots here. Let's see. Yes, because I have to jump out of this container, this parent container, and jump out of it so that I can be on the app folder. Then from the app folder I can be able to reach components and then shortcut. Let's see. Okay, also now it's showing us this path. Okay, let's go back and see. Let's refresh. Okay, as you can see, now we don't have an error, but we need to display let me see, isn't there anything? Okay, then we need to display this shortcut. Okay, this shortcut is supposed to be displayed, or let's just use this SVG. Okay, just a moment. I hope you are not confused, but if you are confused, I will explain in details. Okay, I will explain what's going on. Let's go to shortcut. Let's paste this SVG. Okay, instead of Google, let's do TWI. Okay, the problem that we had was, number one, this page and this one, they are not in the same folder structure. Okay, this page is just like one folder away from app, or app, it's one folder above. The folder app is one folder above. Okay, that's why we have only one dot. But this one now, shortcut, it's 2 folders above. App from this file, it's 2 folders above. It's this one and the actual app folder. Hence we had to put 2 dots. Okay, so that was the problem. So we have solved that problem. Now we've got a component shortcut that renders a TWI logo. Okay, now we want to see, do we have a TWI logo here? If not, if we don't have, let's see why we don't have. Okay, I'm happy with this component. Now let's go to our main page. Okay, as you can see in our main page, when we were undoing all the changes, we don't have this component, so that's why it's not there. It's because we don't have it. So let's put it here, and then let's see if we are going to see a TWI logo. That is it, guys. We are winning. I'm happy that we have faced this type of a challenge, and also we have used our mind and our general knowledge about HTML and also the directories and paths, and we have solved the problem. As you can see, we've got the TWI logo. Okay, remember what we are busy with, we are creating this. Okay, then again, my apologies with the background noise. It's one of the things that I cannot control, but when passion calls, you must respond. Okay, so let's see what we can do now. Okay, obviously here the width and height. Okay, let's try something, guys. Let's try something. You know, with HTML image, okay, you can supply the height only and let the width to be proportional. Let me just give you an example of what I mean. Okay, this Google and this Twitch logo, they can have the same height but different width. Why? Because the corresponding width for this logo and this one is different. As you can see, this one, it might end somewhere here, but this one is longer. So let's quickly test that, okay? Because I don't really what can I say, I don't like to change the proportion of an image. Okay, maybe because of these are SVGs, you cannot see the distortion. But if this was an image, which is a picture, a JPEG, you were going to see that maybe this resolution, this width and height doesn't conform to that image. A result is going to look funny. Okay, let's try something. Let's remove the width. Let's not supply the width, and see if it's going to throw an error. Obviously it's throwing an error. It wants the width. Okay, let me try to solve the problem by saying my width is auto. Okay, I'm just using my my HTML knowledge here to see how far it can go. This is just my general knowledge, because what I'm trying to solve, okay, obviously auto still doesn't work. Okay, for now this will require a little bit of research, and that might be outside the scope of this tutorial. Okay, so for now let me just say 100. Okay, but we will have to see how do we just use the height only, and then the width will be proportional. Okay, obviously it's a bonus. It's something that we can do later. Okay, it's something that we can do later. Okay, now in this part, okay, in this section, we did number one, and number one is to have an icon. Okay, let's see, is to have this icon. Okay, so what we want to do now, let's just put this icon inside this grayish circle. Okay, let's do that. We are going to do it here. Okay, now let's create a div. Okay, and then let's call this div okay, let's use a class name. Okay, class name. Okay, as you can see, guys, with JSX, with React, you don't just have a class just like the same you do in normal HTML. Here you must have class name if you want to put a class. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do here, we want to change the background. Okay, with Tailwind CSS, you say BG, let me say BG black. Okay, remember I'm also still learning Tailwind CSS. Okay, and then let me say dash 500. Okay, which is I want like black, pure black. Okay, and remember this must be inside. Okay, this SVG, the Twitch SVG, the Twitch logo must be inside this, must be inside this div. Okay, let's see if we have something there. I was just expecting a black background here. Let's just refresh. Okay, no black background. Okay, let me just use a color that I know will be there. Let's say BG blue 500. BG blue 500 will be there. I am sure about this code. Okay, as you can see, PG Blue 500 is there. Okay, so okay, that means if blue is there, let me try gray here. Okay, let me try gray. Let's see. We don't have gray. Okay, so what we are going to do for now, we are going to use any color, okay, which is blue will work. Remember, changing a color, it's more of a simple thing than like the actual entire code. So when we are done with everything, we can just change the colors accordingly. Okay, so let me just say 100 and see if is it going to be strong or it's going to be light. As you can see, it's lighter, so 100 it's lighter. Okay, so this is what we want. Okay, and then as you can see that our SVG height, it's some sort of, our SVG is big, so let's make 2020 here. Obviously, if the proportions of our SVGs, they are not proper, don't mind about that, we will fix that one later. Let's just make it 30 and make it 30. Okay, save. Okay, I'm happy with this. Okay, I'm happy with this. Now what we want to do, we want to change the width and height of this parent element. Okay, so let's say age 20. Okay, and width 20. If you might be wondering what is it that we are doing, this is Tailwind CSS. Okay, it's too big. Okay, that's not a problem. Let's say 5 and see. Okay, looks like it's too small. Let's try 8. Okay, let's try 8. Okay, I hope now we will be a little bit closer. Okay, 8 is somewhat there. Okay, 11. My apologies for this, but also I'm new in Tailwind CSS, so yeah, I think this one is almost like what we want. Okay, as you can see, this is, I hope for now, let me make this a solid color so that you can see, because maybe this light gray you might not see that properly. Okay, so let me make it black, just black, or let me just make it red. Okay, let me say red 500. Okay, let's see if it's going to be a strong red. Yes, so that we can all see what's going on here. Obviously, as I've said, that colors, they are not important. We can just go to Tailwind CSS and look at how to change colors, and we change colors accordingly. Okay, let's continue. So what we want to do, we want to center this icon in this element, parent element. Okay, so what we want to do first, we are going to say flex, and then we are going to say items. Okay, so we can copy this from here. Okay, items center and justify center. Okay, we can copy this as it is and then go back here, flex, and then paste. Okay, and then let's look at here. As you can see, now this item is in the center. Okay, now how do you, okay, let's see, is it round, full? Okay, so this is how you make your border radius to be some complete circle in Tailwind CSS, but I'm not sure, guys. Let's hope I got it right. As you can see, I didn't get it right. Okay, round, full. Okay, okay, what we can do, let's install a plugin for Tailwind CSS that will help us to autocomplete things. Okay, obviously now, as you can see, my Tailwind CSS knowledge has run out, so I don't know how to make the border radius. Okay, so let's type here Tailwind. Okay, Tailwind. My apologies for my slow internet. Okay, Tailwind CSS. Let's install this. Okay, so this will help us to some sort of, what can I say, quickly show us some clues. Okay, meanwhile it's installing, let's go to Tailwind documentation, and let's look for something that has got something to do with border radius. Okay, this is what we want. Or it's not round, it's rounded. Okay, but let's just check if it's rounded full. Okay, is it rounded full? Not round, it's rounded. My mistake. Okay, okay, let's just quickly go and test it. It's installing. Where is this window is not responding? Let's keep waiting. We are not in a hurry, guys. We will keep on waiting because we want to complete this tutorial. Don't forget, if you like this tutorial, please help me to grow the channel. As you can see at this moment of recording, as I'm recording this video, I think I'm sitting at 120 or 124 subscribers. Okay, so if you like what you see and what I'm doing, please help me and hit that like button, subscribe and share. Okay, also my apologies for all the background noise, the doors opening. Okay, my apologies for that. Okay, let's go back to shortcut and then let's say rounded full, crossing fingers that it works. Okay, programming is interesting. Let's see. Okay, rounded full. Yes, you see, that is it. Okay, but our icon is a bit bigger. Okay, let's go to our user interface and reference. Okay, let's go to our user interface and reference to see, must we make the icon smaller or this circle bigger? Okay, by the way, there's a song by a guy called JR. He said make the circle bigger, so I think that's what we have to implement now. Let's make the circle bigger. Okay, just because of that song. Very stupid, but let's just do it anyway. Okay, we don't have to be always serious, guys. Sometimes you just have to do stupid things just for the sake of doing it. Okay, let's see. The height of our circle is 11. Let's make it 13. The width of our circle is 11. Let's make it 13. Okay, now let's refresh and see. We were making the circle bigger, but it looks like it's smaller. What have we done? Or maybe there is, okay, undo 11. So let me check again. So is 11 bigger than 13? Okay, let me say the height of 15. I wonder what are we missing. Okay, remember we are still learning Tailwind CSS, so please bear with me. We will get there. Okay, 15 is small, very strange. Okay, let's make it 10. Maybe 10 will be bigger. Okay, remember guys, whatever Tailwind CSS is doing, as long as we are getting the results that we want, we will think about it later and process it later why things are behaving this way, because at the moment we are just testing. Okay, if we can't make the circle bigger, sorry for us, let's make the icon small. Okay, there are many ways to kill a cat. This is our icon, it's 30. Let's make it 20. Okay, as long as we are going to keep on going and keep on flowing like water. Okay, I'm happy with this. Our circle is small. Okay, don't mind about the color, we will deal with that one later. Okay, but let's reference our user interface. Okay, Figma, it's taking some time to respond. Okay, let's zoom in. Okay, as you can see, we've got a circle and an icon inside it. We will change the color of the circle later. So what we need to do now, we need to create this. Okay, all right. Let's go back. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to type P here. Okay, P. Okay, and then let me write Twitch. I hope I can't type C in my keyboard, so I will have to use this. Okay, is it? I think it's Twitch like this, but let's quickly check the spelling to see. Okay, there is a T. It's Twitch. Okay, let's see that, how it looks. Okay, as you can see, everything is inside this circle, of which I don't want that. That was my mistake. Let's take it outside the circle. Okay, apologies for that. Okay, as you can see, we are somewhat there, but let's just take control a little bit. Let's put everything inside a div. Okay, let's put everything inside a div, which is like everything, so that we can have some sort of a control. Okay, we've got this container, and we've got this, and we've got this. So what we did now, we've just wrapped everything, which is the actual container that has got an SVG, the circle and Twitch. Now they are in the same container. Let's see. As you can see, now we can have a control over this. Okay, the first thing that we want to do, okay, in this container, let's just copy this class name. Okay, let's just copy this part to here. Okay, the other thing with what Tailwind CSS is trying to achieve is styling your HTML without going to CSS. Okay, you don't leave your HTML page or your JSX page. Okay, that's what we are trying to do here, or that's what is happening. As you can see, we didn't go to a CSS style sheet and we do the styling. Okay, so what I want to do here, this must be flex. Okay, and then it must be flex column. Okay, as you can see, now we are starting to get some clues. Okay, with Tailwind CSS flex column, and let's see, nothing that has changed much. Let's prove that. Okay, now we want a gap of let's say gap of let's say 4. Okay, and see. Okay, that's too much. Let's say a gap of 2. Okay, I'm happy with this, but as you can see, this is not like centered. Okay, so let's align items. Okay, I think we have been item center. Let's copy this. Okay, save. Let's check. Okay, as you can see, now it's like in the middle. Would you agree that we are almost getting there? Okay, and as you can see here, the distance is a little bit bigger. The gap is bigger than what we have here. Here, this is too small. Okay, let's make the gap bigger, guys. We are getting there and we are winning. I'm happy with that. Let me make it 3. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's just leave it there for now. We will change and modify things later. Okay, guys, we have a component, as you can see here. Okay, meaning that now we can create duplicate of these without doing this whole thing as we did here. How can we do that? This is how we are going to do it. We can copy this component, something like this. Copy this component, copy this component. As you can see, copy this component 3 times, boom, and then we've got these duplicated 3 times. Okay, now what we want to do, okay, in this page we want to create a div, okay, because we want to gain control. Okay, we want to wrap these in a div. Okay, native. I hope you know by now what we are trying to achieve. We are going to have a class of flags, and then we have a gap. Okay, also the other thing that you must take note of, flags, you must understand flags, what it is and how it works, because it works in most cases. Okay, let me just copy this as it is. I will just remove the styles that I don't want, and that will be it. Okay, whoops, okay, go to page, paste everything here. This is wrong. Paste everything here. This is right. Okay, we want a display of flex. We don't want flex column. Okay, sorry, yes, we don't want flex column, we want flex row. So let's change here to flex row. The gap, let's make it 5. Items center. Okay, if these items are like this, we don't want them to be centered. No. Okay, the other thing that I must do in order for you to learn, let me not write a lot of things here and refresh it once. Let me make some incremental steps so that you can see the change as we are doing it, exactly something like this. Okay, so let's reference the gap. Even here the gap is bigger. Okay, let's say the gap in this container is 5. Let's make it 20. Okay, let me do it like this so that you can see the changes. Okay, I think it's a bit too much. Let's make it 15. No, let's make it 10. Okay, let's make it 10 at least. Okay, what we want to do now, okay, we can delete this, the last Google, this one. Remember this one, it was representing this exactly. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is Google, and this is the search box, and these are the icons. Okay, now what we want to do, let's increase the gap between these. Okay, let's increase the gap between these. What was the gap? The gap was 6. Let's make it 15. Okay, let's make it 15. Okay, let's see. Not really. Okay, the gap was what? The gap was 6. Let's make it 10. I really don't know why when I'm trying to increase things here and they become smaller. Okay, 10. It's a little bit bigger. Okay, let's increase also this logo here. Okay, where is that logo? Here is it. The height is 40. Let's make the height 60. And let's see. Okay. The height is 60, but nothing changed. Okay, let's make sorry for that, let's make the height 90 and see. Nothing changed for now. Okay, let's make the width 100. Let's make the width 50 to see if it will change. Okay, if nothing changed, that's not a problem. Okay, things are changing. Okay, let's make this 200. Let's see what will happen. Okay, yeah, I think it's a bit bigger and I'm happy with it. Okay, now what we want to do, okay, we want to make these dynamic. Okay, we don't want to have like the same twitch. We want to have like different things. Okay, now let's go back. Okay, where is our shortcut component? Here is it. Okay, now the shortcut component must be able to receive, okay, we want the properties. So this is the means by which we receive whatever that is in the calling class, or let's say. So when you are calling this function, you must pass, obviously it will receive through prop everything or a property that you have applied. Okay. And then from then, what we want to do first, we want to change this to be dynamic. Okay, so let's change this, open curly bracket and say prop dot svg name. Okay, let's say svg name, here is it. Okay, now we are going to have prop dot svg name here. Okay, obviously we don't have that svg name at the moment. As you can see, it breaks because we didn't pass any svg name. So let's just copy that, and then we go to the calling module. In the calling module, let's add an svg name here. The first one is going to be twee. Okay, if you've got anything that you really don't understand, please shoot a comment below. I will be more than willing to assist. Okay, and then from then it's twee, it's Ali, and then the other one is the other icon is MSI. Okay, MSI. Okay, let's see. As you can see, we've got this one, and this one, the MSI, or MI, not MSI. It's MI. Let's see. Okay, this is the mic. Okay, so now let's see the relevant one. It's the plus, it's T, and it's YT. Okay, at least here let's just put the plus. Okay, as you can see, guys, we are getting there and we are winning. Now we don't want also this to be like twitch. Okay, so what we can do, okay, the first thing that we can do, we can also receive this as a property. Okay, that's the first way of doing it. Okay, where is it where I am? I want to be here. Okay, so here we can receive it as a property. Okay, that's the first way to go about it. Let's say prop dot, let's just say I name, or let's say brand name. Yeah, let's just say brand name for now. Obviously you can change it to whatever you want. Okay, the naming is not that important, okay, for this tutorial. Okay, now let's see. Okay, so we need to pass the brand name for this, which is its Twitch. Okay, we will need a C there. Okay, it's Twitch. Okay, and the other one is what? Okay guys, I hope you are learning something. If you are learning something, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, share and like. Okay, this one, I think it's AliExpress. This one is AliExpress, and then this one is the shortcut, new shortcut. I think, let me confirm on my design, add shortcut. Okay, add shortcut. As you can see, the C is not there. Okay, add a shortcut. Okay, save. Let's see. Okay guys, we are winning, we are getting there. Okay, I feel like let's attend this background, this color here, so that at least things can look more better or more nice than this. Okay, let me tell you something. There is also another way of doing this, which I believe is the ideal way. Okay, and that ideal way will be, okay, I don't have it on top of my hand, but let's just quickly give it a try. Obviously, if it takes us like too long to make it, obviously we will settle for this one. Okay, that one is, let's go to the calling module. Yes, this is the calling module. Okay, let me just do this in the calling module. Okay, that one is, okay, as you can see, this is a tag. Okay, and inside this tag there is nothing. Okay, let's use Ali. Okay, let's say Ali. Okay, as you can see, this is some sort of a text inside this tag. Okay, when we pass, let's say, data from this calling module to the actual shortcut module, we use these props, and as you can see here, we are getting that data. However, we can also use something different, which is to catch all the children that are inside this, which is this one. We can catch this name by using children or child or something like that. At the moment, I'm not really sure, but let's quickly check that. In terms of, instead of a brand name, let's say child. If it's green, then I will know that's the name. Okay, I've got a problem with my C. I hope also the IntelliSense will help us here, because it's a cool for children. I think it's this one. Let's see. Boom. Okay. Okay. Suppose the children that we have written here, this one, suppose it pops in here. Okay, but at the moment I think it's supposed to be green, but even if it's not green, the color, as long as it's going to work, then that means we are winning. Okay, let's see. The user interface is not loading. What might have happened? Okay, let's remove this, save and see. Compiled client. Okay, let's see, is it going to work? Okay, it works. But now when I'm saying children, okay, maybe some of these doesn't have children. Let's just put children in all of them. Let's see. Okay, this is the best way of doing it. Okay, this is the best way of doing it. There is still null there. Let's just quickly check. But however, if it takes time, okay, if it takes time, guys, we will just revert to the old way of doing it, the way we did it previously, and then, okay, it's fine. We will go back to that one. Let me try for the last time. Okay, we are here. Okay, if it's not children, let me try child. If it's not children, let me try child. Okay, let's see. But it's supposed to be green. My memory is telling me so. This is still some sort of, it has got a very weird color. Okay, let me try it. If it doesn't work, try capital letter. If the capital letter doesn't work, then we will use the old one. Okay, child not defined. Okay, let's make it a capital letter. Or we can use our trusted friend Google. Okay, because also Google can help us. Okay, let's just quickly use our trusted friend Google. Google. Okay, okay, let's say NextJS get children. Let's see. NextJS get children. Let's see. Okay. How to get children component in Next.js. Passing children to a layout. Okay, let's see what they say here on Stack Overflow. Obviously, guys, when you are learning coding, sometimes you run into problems that you are not really sure of, and sometimes you are clueless about. This is where you check other people's answers to this. Okay, just add children property. Okay, import React from React, cons, class name, children, React node. Okay, just add children, React node. I'm not sure about this, but obviously this children was right. Okay, this children was right, but I'm not sure about this. Let's just check the last one. Obviously, before we go back, running page and layout in Next.js. Oh, I think these children, I have used it in a layout, right? Pages. Yeah, I think I've used these children in a layout, not the way I'm trying to use it now. Now I think my memory is coming back. It was the layout where I was using children like this. I think it was a layout. Okay, so let's just forget about that one. Obviously, I'm a bit confused at the moment. I'm a bit confused, obviously, but we will come back to it. We will come back to it. For now, let's just continue and change this color. Okay, let's just go to Tailwind CSS. Just go to Tailwind CSS. Let's look for background color. Background color. Let's see, background color. I'm looking for a grayish color or light gray or something. Okay, where I'm going to get that? Sizing, no. Background color. Okay, let's see. Background color, PG current. Okay, I'm looking for a grayish color, something like this. Background color, RGB. Okay, I think slate. Okay, let's see, somewhere here. PG slate 100, PG slate 200, between those ones. Okay, PG slate, let's say 200. Okay, let's see, guys, where we are. Okay, as you can see, boom, this is what we wanted, guys. I'm thinking let's end this tutorial here for now, since I think it's longer than usual. Okay, let's see, is this still running? Okay, it's still running. Yeah, it's more than an hour, as you can see. So it's a bit longer, so please allow me to end this tutorial here. But as you can see, guys, we are getting there with ReactJS, with Next.js and Tailwind, and we are learning a lot of things about Tailwind. I'm also learning as I'm creating it. To be honest, I didn't really, I was not confident if I can pull this up, but I was just taking chances. But it looks like we are getting there. Okay, as much as it's not exactly like this one, but as you can see, guys, we are trying. I'm happy with that. So also, I want to encourage you to keep on trying. It's not easy to quickly get your head around these things, but if you keep on pushing and also watch other YouTube videos and other YouTube tutorials, Google things, you will get there. I'm Matthew Msingati, the designer and developer. If you feel like this video has added value into overall understanding of Tailwind CSS, React CSS, ReactJS, and Next.js, please do me a favor. Please subscribe to help me to grow the channel. Otherwise, for me, see you on the next one.